Are you struggling with getting a 3-star island? Are you finding Isabel's suggestions incredibly unhelpful and have no idea what you need to be doing to get access to the terraforming tools? Then this video is for you. Getting the coveted 3-star island rating is a big milestone, and it plays a major part in unlocking New Horizons gameplay for you. In addition to terraforming, you'll get access to KK Slider, Cappen's mystery tours, and the expansion of Halves Island. So if it's so important, how does it work? And can you speed up the process of getting 3 stars and begin decorating your island? The short answer is that your island rating isn't as random as you may think it is. The island evaluations are conducted the moment you ask for a review. The game counts up how many points you have in 2 different categories: scenery and development. When you go over the minimum number of points in both categories, you'll get a 3-star rating. Scenery refers to anything which improves your natural environment, specifically trees, shrubs, crops, flowers, and DIY furniture. You need a minimum of 270 points in this category to get 3 stars, which is a lot, but you can rack up points easily when you know how the points work. The easiest way you can earn the most points is to have fully grown trees, flowers, and crops on your island, which count for 1 point each. Trees and bushes have a couple of interesting little features which you won't find within the scoring for flowers and crops. Unlike these, trees and shrubs will only earn you points when they're fully grown, and there is a limit on how many points you can earn from them. The maximum number of points you can get from trees and shrubs is 190, so keep in mind just how many you're planting. The number of points you can earn from crops and flowers which haven't fully grown is minimal in comparison, and I'll put a guide on screen which shows the number of points you earn from these. It's important though that you don't discount them, as every little helps, particularly when there's a limit on the number of trees you can place before it stops counting them. The development side refers to building a community on your island and making it a pretty place to be. You only need 160 points or more here to get a 3-star rating, but the points are much easier to earn here. For starters, if you have your museum, Nook's Cranny, and Able Sisters shops on your island, you'll automatically get 45 points for these. Bridges and inclines also count for 15 points each, but your first bridge won't count. Instead, your points are added on for every bridge after you place your second one, so consider the first bridge a freebie whilst you get your island set up. My suggestion to you is to put down 2 bridges so you can get over both sides of your river mouths more easily and get access to the rest of the island, and place an incline to at least get up 1 layer of cliffs. That will give you enough points along with your museum and shops to take a massive chunk out of the development points you need. Villager homes also sit as part of the development points, but they don't count for as many points as you may think. You don't actually earn anything for your villagers until you place your 9th and 10th homes. However, there is a limit in the game on the maximum star rating you can earn based on the number of villagers you have in your island. In order to get 3 stars, you'll need to have at least 8 villagers. If you have 7 villagers, you'll only be able to get a maximum of 2 stars. So make sure you place down 8 homes to get your 3-star rating. Let's talk about furniture within development. There's a lot of maths here, and I'll try and spare you as many of the numbers as I can do. If you want to see a full breakdown of what each piece of furniture is worth, I'll leave a really helpful link down below for you to use. DIY furniture refers to anything you craft at a bench that isn't fencing. Depending on the size of the furniture you put down, each one will either give you 1/4 of a point or 1 point if your furniture is over 3 tiles wide. Non-DIY furniture is a little bit more complicated. You get 1 point for each piece of furniture you place, plus bonus points for the item being worth over 2,000 bells at Nook's Cranny, for items being larger than 3 tiles wide, and for items which are tagged as outdoor. Outside of these bonuses for furniture, variety is really important. To get the most points possible, you'll want to place as much furniture as you can into a grid without completely filling it. If you have more than 6 of the same piece of furniture in a grid, you'll lose points. So if you can do, customize items so you have more options. There is a code in the game that allows you to count the item multiple times if you use different colors. So keeping different colors within the same grid will also help your score. So if it's a point-based system, is there a way you can tell what your rating is? Is it easy to find out? Yes and no. The way you can find out what your current rating is to speak to Isabel in the upgraded resident services building, which unlocks after you've had villagers move into the 3 numbered plots you place down. When you speak to Isabel, you'll be able to talk to her about island evals. She will show you your star rating and give you some comments on what you can do to improve your island. This doesn't show you exactly how many points you have, and unless you're manually counting every tree and flower and furniture item you place, it's impossible to find out what you need to do to improve your score. But it's Isabelle's comments which will help point you in the right direction. When Isabelle gives you feedback from what everyone has been saying about your island, it seems like it's really specific in terms of what she actually wants. Plant more flowers, decorate your island, place more fencing. It actually turns out it's more generic than this. Like with the way points are calculated in both scenery and development, Isabelle's comments fall into the same two categories. When she gives you feedback, she'll be referring to whichever is your lowest score which needs working on to get you to the next star level. For example, if she mentions that you need to plant more flowers or trees, it doesn't literally mean that you need to plant more flowers. She's saying that your scenery score is lower than your development, so you need to go back and plant some more trees, flowers, bushes, or DIY furniture down on your island to boost that score. If she mentions that you need to decorate your island from stream to sea, then she means that your island development needs some more work. So you can go ahead and find more furniture to place down, add in an extra bridge or incline, or put down another villager home to score more points here. The only time Isabelle is really specific is when she talks about the penalties that have been applied to your current score, which you will need to fix to get your 3-star rating. Isabelle doesn't like litter bugs, and if you have more than 15 items dropped on the ground, she will call you out on it. So if you've had a delivery bot or a friend turn up to give you some items, pick these up and put them away so they don't negatively affect your island rating. The only items which won't count as dropped are anything which spawns on the ground naturally. Branches, shells, rocks, bottles and mushrooms are all okay, so if you want to use these for decorating, you're going to be fine and not see an impact to your island rating. Even though the scenery score is the higher of the two that you need to hit to get the 3-star rating, planting a load of trees down seems like the easiest way to build up your points. However, you can lose points for having too many trees. Isabelle will say something like your villagers are getting lost in the woods, and this means you have more than 220 trees on your island. The other penalty you can receive is for cluttered areas. This happens when more than 45 items are in any single grid on the island. If Isabelle mentions that she or the villagers are finding it difficult to walk around your island, there's going to be at least one grid which has too many items. All you need to do is find out which one it is and pick up some of the items in there until Isabelle is happy once more. Alternatively, you can move some of the items into other grids on your island which are less decorated. This way you still get the benefit of the points for the furniture without having to worry there are too many items in each grid. The other thing to keep in mind is weeds. In previous versions of Animal Crossing, having too many weeds affected your island's rating, but in New Horizons, these are counted differently. Having fewer than 100 weeds on your island is a good thing, and you earn points for doing this. However, you also lose points if you have more than 100 weeds, but you only lose a small amount for every 30 weeds you go over 100. So you don't need to stress out as much if you have weeds on your island whilst you're working towards 3 stars. So now we've gone over how the points and the island rating system works. How can you speed up the process to get a 3-star island and unlock terraforming as quickly as possible? I have 5 simple tips which will make a really big difference for you. Make sure you have at least 8 villagers moved onto your island. Without this, you won't be able to get 3 stars, but if you can or want to do so, get 9 or 10 villagers on your island to earn additional points from them. Place down all of the fencing Tom Nook gives you from a DIY workshop. Although these only count for a small number of points together, placing all 50 pieces of furniture gives extra points which you can use to improve your development score. Place down unique and larger pieces of furniture. I personally like to use the fish, bugs and fossils I find in my regular gameplay, as these count as place furniture items as well, but I also buy everything that I can from Nook's Cranny and use it to decorate my island across multiple grids to make it count for my development score. Buy and plant roughly 30 seed bags of different colours from Nook's. It doesn't seem to matter whether you have hybrid flowers or not, but getting as many different types of flowers and colours down can improve the variety you have on your island, and if they're fully grown, you will get additional benefits from them. Raid Nook Miles ticket items for all of their resources. Not only are these free trees and flowers, but you also have the ability to get your sister fruit, which also improves the variety of trees you have on your island, so you don't have to spend as much money at Nook's to get your nature score up. As hard as it can be to get 3 stars, once you understand the mechanics behind it, it's really simple to get there. One of the things you may want to do whilst you're working towards a 3-star island is to start decorating. If you want some help to make your next island look amazing, watch this video next where I went through some island design tips you need to know before you start decorating, and I'll see you over there.